So welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, basically, what I'm gonna do is very simple. Is something I look around and don't see at all on YouTube or anywhere. People sharing something which is pretty much one of the basics of tattooing for anyone who is learning or would like to learn tattooing should know, and in respect of tradition, right? So basically, it's like how to make your own needles. I mean, you're not gonna need to do that anyways, I suppose. If you like to, you can get the equipment I have. I mean, I have some parts here is a little bit like homemade because I don't have the old stuff I used to before, as I don't use them anymore. So, and I didn't want to buy new for the video. So I made something improvised. You can do as well at home. It's something super easy, and but you need to have an tattoo needles for that, right? And some amateur bars, which are these bars where the needles are welded to, and some needles which we buy in bags of like thousands of them, like this. And so come in a little box like that. You can get into tattoo supplies. So it's also Amazon. You can't get that. Try it and it happens. It's very simple. Back in the day, back in the late 90s when I started middle 90s, so late 90s and so early 2000s, I did that a lot. It was something I had to do pretty much every day, as I was sort of like a new in the shop I was working at the time, and I had to do for myself and for everyone else at the time as well. So it's something very simple. You need only a spatula, so like a wood spatula. There's needle bars, some needles, ink caps, so maybe 2 different sizes ink cap would be cool. So maybe just have a different size one, so bigger. So, and everything comes together. So you have a different sort of a blade, so any kind of a razor blade, so blade for shaving or a scalpel, something like that, would also make. This is a very old, it's called welding acid. So it's like a liquid put welder, so they weld together, so they get tied together. Wire welding compounds, welding, the welding machine, which is very important in this case. And so yeah. So here you have a little sponge which you should put some water on it, so it makes that very nice and moist, so you can clean, because this is saturates the edge, the point in there saturates it, and then you have a clog thing. So basically this is very simple, but it's very interesting. I really like to share it with you guys. It's not that you guys possibly will use it, this knowledge in any sense, but I also don't see anywhere. So I haven't seen no one doing that at all, or even talking about, because everybody talk about cartridges or ready-made needles, which are there on the market. Of course, makes life easy, and people who use rotaries or pens don't even has access to this kind of things, which is super old school. But I learned that way. I came from old school times, and that's how I think. So I would just put the gloves on, because I really don't like my hands to be in touch with this specific liquid, because it's a bit nasty for the skin. So I will wear gloves for this. Normally I would not, back in the day I didn't have the gloves, I didn't wear gloves for that. And my nails, under the nails, are always really painful because the accents, you know? So basically, so what you do is you count the needle amount of grouping you want and put them together like that. So this is a very fine line. This is a 10 gauge, so it's a very fine one. In this case here I want to have so 3 liner. So you get 3 needles together like that, really like that, very simple. Okay, and you put together, get like an ink cap, plastic, so don't damage the end of the needle. Put them together parallel like that. Hold tight, because sometimes they are not 100% cut in the same size, so one is bigger than the other. So the most important part is the spike part of it. Here I made from a little lead 3 or 5 small rolls. Why I did that? Because I want this to be 100% round. So then I put them like that, just to hold it, and so they are held in a round position. Grab from other side, and then there we go. I have my 3 needles together there, but this is a little too big. So I don't gonna use this for tattooing at all. It's just more educational situation here. Yeah, that's it. Then I put a little bit of welded compound in it. A little drop. Get this guy there. Then you do a little tip only, just a little, to hold them in place like that. And now they are together. Okay. Then you just let them dry, they cool down a bit because it can get a little bit hot. And then you have 3 needles together there. So here we go. So now you hold on the back while you did it, put them together like that. Like that. Then you have your little round liner here. A little bit of exit there. 1 second, get a bit more acid here. Running the needle. Right, yeah, like that. And again, 1 little tip like that. And this way you have like a 3 liner round liner here. So it's very simple, 3 together. You know, just clean after ultrasonic. In that case, back in the day you did that way, no? And then after that you just have it to hold tight together here. So as you can see, it's a bit of work, plus it can burn your fingers. So then you have like that. Then obviously you have to choose the right side, aligned 100%, which is by chance is really good here. But back in the day I was spending hours and hours doing this every day, or at least every week, no, for the shop. And so doing that, I got practicing and it was pretty easy afterwards. But my fingers always was, you know, sometimes I make like over 250 needles in one sip. So here you go. So we have here 3 liner, round liner. So this is one. I want to make this is the simplest one. So then you can make a very tight one, but I don't have unfortunately the tool for that. So I cannot make this specific because it's something which is very conic. So you put the needle really in, you push in the hole and tightens up really nicely together, and then you have to then you hold and weld it. But I don't have that kind of thing here, and also I didn't want to buy it because it's kind of hard to get actually. So here you go, to get like a flat magnum. So let me see how many is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 magnum. So let's make 11 flats, okay? So what I use, so then in this case, that's what they use for. You hold this guy there and then put flats together, okay? So then you can see it's like a 100% flat, so it's really parallel, all of them. If you're not 100% sure, again, go on the wood and knock it a little bit like this. Yeah, hold with your other hand so it doesn't move. Put in the back here so your fingers are protected. See what I mean? So then comes the trick. So again, the same procedure as the other one. Bit of welding compound, little liquid thingy here. Again, a little. Can you hear, guys? The thingy. Okay. Then here we go. Oh, he's hot. So be careful if you weld it too close to the ends, you cannot make the, what's very, very important, that's what the blade is for. So the blade is really, so what you do, you get the needles like that. So let me see, it's not warm anymore. No, it's very good now. So the more inside you put, the more open will be the needle, the more the grit will be better. Okay, so like 1, 2. Okay. So back and forth will be 5 in front, 6 in the back, or yeah. So that is so the numbers has to be uneven. Okay, guys, cannot be even. I know, because it has to be open. So that is it. See, the blade is in between the needles, so needle in the back. So it's a row of 5 and a row of 4 and of 6. Okay, this is 11. Okay, then you go again with the compound thingy. Get the guy here, hold that, hold on the spatula again, because that's gonna hit, otherwise you burn your fingers. Clean the welding thingy, and then there we go. Now let it dry, or cool down, better say. Hold here, because it's a hot steel. Hold that on the blade, so you can access the ends of the needles down there. Same situation. Okay, here we go. So we have here 11 magnum, flat, straight. Then also you can use this guy here if you want to coordinate the needle here. I used many different, I tried many different ways to, so here you go. I don't know if you can see nicely in the camera there. So the way it is, it's like it's 2 rows of needles, 5 in front, 6 in the back, and when you're tattooing, you make this. The more open, the better the shading will be, the coloring going, okay? So I used to try different techniques because, of course, I didn't wear gloves on, so the compound, the liquid was in my nails, and that was really painful. So what I did, normally I was getting like a many little rubber band, tied them, and then welder. Because I tried to figure out many different ways. But that's because I did a lot of them, so for me it was like, wow, all the time. But now I'm just couple them, no problem. Just for fun, it's all good. So have to be careful that it's aligned the same with the bar, the end of the bar here, because otherwise you're not going to be able to put it in the machine later. Okay, always get a lot of welding thing, you see, okay. And here it's just one touch. Just to hold it, just holding it, because ouch, it's not 100% aligned as I'm not gonna use it, but you can see, there we go. That's the principle of it. So then you have your needle for, I know tattoo artists still nowadays, they still doing that, so they still use the same, they still do the needles, they still sterilize the needles, they still do a whole thing, and on as back in the day. So now this is 2 very normal principle, simple ones: a flat magnum and a straight 3 liner. From the straight line you can make any kind of RS needle. So straight 5, straight 7, 8, 9. When it's round, it can be even or uneven. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's the amount of needle you can put. But when it's magnum, it has to be uneven because the fact goes like this. Okay, the principle is like that. You see what I mean? So that's the principle of the needle. So that's why we use the blade to cut them in the middle, so that they split in that way and then become this like a little fork or so, whatever you can call them. Okay, so let's make a bigger one, but a curve, which is a very tricky one. Not many people know how to do it. Back in the day, many people didn't know, and I always loved to use those magnets. Still today I use them. Curve. Then, pardon me. And let me count how many I have in my hands. So 1, this is where the finals. So 1, 2, 3, Also be careful to know weld at the back. That we needle like all the needles in one direction, and then one needle in the opposite direction, which happens a few times. And then when I notice, I go, oh no, and then you waste all the needles. It's gone. Okay, 4, 5. 5 is the minimum you can weld it, and up to maximum I weld I think was 25 the max. So this is so that's 5, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So make a 15 mag. So then the smaller is the ink cap, the more curve will be. The bigger the ink cap, less curve you're gonna have on the needle. Okay. So again, this is important for you to have the same idea. The concept starts the same way. Is flattening up first. Hold very flat the needles on your finger. So if your thumb and your indicator, hold like that. Make sure you have everything very even again. Looks good, yes. Then you get the ink cap, put inside the ink cap. Put like this. And that is a tricky part. So then you just go a little bit like that. So in this case, a very small curvature because the ink cap is big. So as I said, the bigger the ink cap, less curvy. The smaller the ink cap, better curve. More curvy, yeah? But I will make this one just a small curve, so you can see like there's a little curve there. Like that. Okay, so then again, same principle. You can swell from behind now. I will just do with my left hand, which will be a battle. I think I can win this one. Okay, then here, same thing. Just one drop of the thing to hold everything together, so that the line stays perfect. There we go. So here we have. Also, is once you have the weld here is cooled down very quickly. It's like in seconds, so you don't need to be worried about that gonna burn your fingers or anything. So now you hold again on the wood here. Just to get one more perfect line weld, so then everything stays beautiful there. You don't have to worry about anything. And then actually I want to do this video for a very long time, but I didn't got the materials. So the needles are a very important thing, of course, and I could not find it. So I was really like looking for the needles for a while. As I said, you know, the market nowadays, people who use a different type of material, so these kind of things are not available anymore, unfortunately. So this thing is getting lost on time. So that's why I thought, okay, but it's, even if you use or not, is a nice information. You know, it can be valuable or not. I mean, it's always information is good, guys. So it doesn't take space to have knowledge. Knowledge is something you should have all the time. In this case here, you can have this, hold always in the spatula is better. Okay, here you go. So in this case here is 6 in the front, 7 in the back. So the more deep the blade is in the needle, the more open it will be. Okay, then here again, then you hold the needle by the front, not from the back as before. So you can control here and have the. So here you go, guys. So here we have 15 mag curve. So you can see it's a little bit curvy. As I said, it's not so curvy because the fact that we have a big ink cap here, but you can see it, yeah. So once you do you welder them, you should put them on ultrasonic to take the residues and stuff leftovers from the welding, and then after that you put on a bag. So and then you sterilize them to be ready to be used. But I mean, I hope someone or some of you guys use, because it's super cool, you know. But as I don't use normal coil machines anymore, So in this case here we do just this way, put together like that, because I don't want to burn my fingers, it's bigger. And welds. See? So it stays together like that. And then you can come with like a little bit of more material and hold like that. So it's pretty simple, no magics. It's something really nice used back in the day. But yeah, all the new modern stuff made this slowly disappear. I don't know, the old tattoo artists I know, they of course they know the techniques, they know everything, but they don't use it anymore either. And the newer people, the new younger artists, great job, but they don't have the knowledge because they are not there anymore. So here's just 3 different type of needles. It's about a few more we could do it, but I'm not gonna bother you guys so much with the whole process to make a different size. 3 more important ones is very simple. This one, the magnum curve, which is a 15 mag. So always remember uneven for mags, and then round can be even or uneven as you wish. Here's a flat 11, and here's a round 3, so just RS3. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like, subscribe, thumbs up, and see you next time.